Welcome to the Roughneck Minute, a Movies by Minute podcast where we go over the movie Starship Troopers 1 minute at a time. I'm your host, Johann.
I'm your other host, Matthew.
And joining
I'm your
us...
guest, Alex.
All right. Alex is here.
Sorry. That's me? Yeah, Alex is here.
Yeah, we spoke over for just a sec, but that's all right.
I'm going to keep that
They
in.
can fix that in editing. Fix that in
I'm
post.
not. I am not.
Yeah, Matt doesn't fix anything on editing. If it's
Nope,
embarrassing
we do
enough,
it.
he'll keep it in.
I keep it raw.
Jesus.
The-
I like
the-
it raw. I like it raw.
I named all my files raw, and that's the way they stay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we were at minute 106. Yeah, this time we can start off without a tangent to begin this show. So it starts with
Oh, why
some
not?
Corvettes.
Let's do another one.
Oh Jesus! No, let's get the intro in first.
So do you like Corvettes? I mean, Corvettes are kind of cool.
God dang it, Matt! Stop it! All right, so we're at minute 106 or episode 106. It starts with the Corvette seemingly "quote unquote" sinking, and ends with a escape pod flying through space debris and dead bodies.
Yum.
So, I definitely want to talk to you, Matt, about this. It's the sinking.
Uh-huh.
Why?
What about it?
They're far enough from the gravity, right?
They are in orbit. No, they're still in orbit around planet P. The gravity's pulling them down.
I just don't think it would be this quickly.
No. If they are in orbit and they blow apart,
they'd go forward.
They should still just remain in orbit.
Yeah.
Yes.
If they were going to sink, it would be like maybe an hour or so, not like, oh, we took a hit, we're sinking.
Or, yeah, at the very least, it would be very slow because orbit is not a stationary position. Orbit is actually meaning that you're moving fast enough to counteract the gravity of the planet. So even if they exploded, they would still be moving at whatever, 1,000 miles per second they need to be traveling at to remain in orbit. So.
See, what I'm thinking is I agree and totally understand, and because I've actually discussed orbits and jumping and everything with Johann earlier in the season or in the episodes, but I'm thinking they're going slower because they just try to set up their star drive. I don't think they need to be going as fast for their star drive, and they slowed down their orbit, so they are kind of they're dropping now into the planet to start up their star drive. When that doesn't happen, they continue to go down.
I just don't think it should happen so soon, though. Like right after.
You're right. You're definitely right. It shouldn't happen that soon.
Yeah.
Well, if you look at the explosions here, the physics in space don't seem to work the way that they do in the space that we're familiar with. So.
Oh, not at all. I mean,
no.
If it was blown up the way it was, it should have just kind of gone upwards in a kind of triangle kind of thing, so both ends of the ship would have been pointing up.
Yeah, and we do have a kind of a plasma boom that occurs, like a big blue and greenish ring that comes out, and that doesn't push anything out of its orbit. Like, it just passes like a wave, like kind of like, I don't know, if you're in a crowded area and walk through someone's fart. Like, it doesn't change how quickly you move, but it definitely should have done something.
I don't want to, rain on your parade, but I think plasma, shockwaves and farts kind of just work on different, physics lathe wings.
I'm just saying it's acting like a fart.
These are plasma farts, though, aren't they?
Yeah, technically yes, but I mean, I don't launch farts out of my butt, to get, to have enough delta V to launch something out of orbit.
But it could if it was strong enough. And this thing should be strong enough.
You don't, but don't speak for everybody on the podcast.
Man, I'd love to. Actually, no, I wouldn't. But good, whoever makes your pants, gosh, they must be amazing.
Yeah, it always sounds like Boba Fett's seismic mine, like boom.
Wait, that was Jango Fett's seismic.
Oh yeah, Jango Fett's. Yeah, my mistake.
Well, get your Fetts right.
Well, it should be on the same Slave 1. It just wasn't there on the prequel.
Yeah, Boba Fett had him. We just didn't see him use him.
Yeah, I know. He was kind of neutered in the first trilogy.
Yeah. Whereas in the original trilogy, he was unfettered.
Well, even in the Christmas special, he was cool. I mean, the Christmas special is horrible, but Boba Fett in the Christmas special was actually cool.
Yeah, and when you and we watched the Toys That Made Us, we learned that at that point he wasn't actually a character, planning on being a toy, but he was just in there, and they made the toy off of that.
Yeah. Well, growing up in the Philippines, we had the toy before the release of anything, and we did not have the Christmas special. So to us, Boba Fett always existed.
Well, lucky you.
Yeah. So there's that. And yeah, that made me cool. So, looks like they're about to escape a la Universal Studios style on a tram, with that fake fire. It was like one of the things that you see from the old Battlestar Galactica, what's it called, tram ride, where like you see all those ships. Or no, the earthquake, where like the things get derailed and all that. This seems to be like kind of the lowest as far as explosions go, like as far as how the movie goes about any sort of action-y things. Like not a whole lot happens here except for that big old plasma fart.
Mm-hmm. So speaking of that plasma fart too, I actually did notice it right now. I kind of went over it just a couple seconds ago. And when the drive section does blow up, the front section does move a little bit when the shockwave does hit it. So it is moving it, but not too much.
I don't think it has anything. Oh yeah, it does move a little bit.
Boom, validated.
All right, so the plasma fart actually does something.
Matthew's right again.
Yay.
I guess.
Matthew wins. Matthew wins.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, I win again. I win all the time.
Nah, not all the time. So anyways, so everybody's escaping kind of out of the same track, I'm assuming. Because that's what it looks like. When they reach escape hatch, something blows off.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Aren't they all escaping through the same hatch and they just load a new pod onto the same rail?
I don't think so. I'm not sure how many pods are actually on the ship, but from previous minutes where we see the escape pods going out, it looks like they have maybe about 5 rails on each side, a la Battlestar Galactica, how they come out, the Vipers come out of the launch tubes. And I think each one, which it's a really bad thing. I mean, this is on par with like not having enough lifeboats on the Titanic. Because that would mean there's only enough room for about 20 people to get off right here. So let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 7 rails. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
well, about 20.
This is a very, militarized society. They may not place a high premium on the ability to abandon ship.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking too.
See, I'm just saying, like, they couldn't possibly be the first ones to go out of that hatch. Unless it's, like, completely randomized a la Running Man.
I think they're all on rails. But, I mean, as we saw in the previous minute, they were the only ones to go down that corridor at that certain point. There may be, like, other kind of, like, singular escape pods, kind of like Into Darkness. I'm sorry, not Into Darkness. What is it? Beyond, where they have the singular escape pods on the bridge.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so, but as well too. But I don't know. Yeah, I think it's the thing where they don't have that much weight on human life anymore for these ships. They don't expect these ships to go down.
They don't expect the ships to go down. You're right, because they didn't know that these plasma shots actually weren't just random light.
And also, I mean, like, we see all the doors going airtight and everything like that. They could possibly, continue to fly on with this thing. I mean, the drive section continues to move forward. It has, power to the engines, even though the whole entire ship is completely cut in half. So, I mean, these ships are probably built tough, but not plasma tough.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe
So
they should have made
Tonka
it.
tough.
No. Wow. Just not a lot happens. It's just a bunch of running, explodey stuff, and space debris. But I noticed there's something here that did not make the cut from the screenplay.
What's up?
So, in the screenplay, like, this is kind of, other than the fact it's still not Xander, it's Carmen carrying Delettier all the way to the escape pod.
Mm-hmm.
They're not supposed to be jumping into a ship like this because Carmen throws Delettier and then she follows in after, and then the pod goes off. So I don't quite know how it's supposed to be built if the pod can take off without him. I mean, this part is real sad, and I'm pretty sure that during the screenplay writing, he wanted this to stay. When they're going through space and there's all these dead bodies, and Carmen's trying to avoid as many dead bodies as she can, and is going over all of the debris that's littering space right now, there's supposed to be a trombone floating in space.
What?
It's specifically written in the screenplay of a trombone, and they narrowly avoid it.
What?
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. It's
Why would
specified
he
that
be-
after everything else, there's supposed to be a trombone.
Why would he be that specific for anything like that? Yeah. Is Will Riker supposed to be on the ship?
I don't know, but it's specifically written that there's supposed to be a trombone.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. I don't know why, but yeah, that's missing in this. It could have been added, but yeah, I like I said, I have no idea why, but yeah, there's supposed to be a trombone in this scene that's floating through space, and they narrowly avoid it.
I am going through this second by second now to see if I can find a trombone in the debris.
Anyways, so like I said, not a whole lot happens in this minute. It's actually pretty tame. Well, at least tame to talk about, because really not a whole lot happens. But I do notice that they have flat screen monitors on this one versus the CRTs that are on the main ship.
Yeah.
So technology's catching up to them.
Just a little bit. Also, I wanted to talk about the armor for the escape pods. There's actually something I learned about earlier in the day about these escape pods.
What's that?
So, you know how the other escape pods, a few of them go out, and then the one right next to them does not?
Yeah.
The specific one that Carmen and Xander are in is special because it was a different variant, and it has what they call plot armor on it.
Oh, it's protected by that plot armor.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Did you like that, Johann?
I guess.
I did that for you.
Oh.
I do want to say I absolutely love the other ship, other Corvette listing and turning upside down behind them before the Roger Young gets finally blown up by the one last plasma bolt. But other than that, man, I mean, yeah, as you said, it shouldn't be doing that right now.
Yeah.
If it's going at speed, it should not be listing like that, going upside down or falling down like that. Because yeah, you're in orbit. You maintain that speed. You continue on that speed.
Mm-hmm. Inertia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering, like, why is there like the sinking? Like, it just doesn't make sense.
It's I mean, space wizards, man. We gotta say it again. Space wizards.
Goddamn space wizards always get in the way of making the movies factual.
They just want to pull them down. They're like, oh, we like this metal. We need this metal. It has moon rocks in it because they were made on the moon.
So one final thing, one final thought for me. At about 55 seconds in, where they're going through all the bodies, and one of the bodies actually hits the windshield. The thing that's really cool is one of the fingers looks like it bursts on impact, and the teeth seem to drag onto the windshield, which is a really cool add-on to something like this.
So I'm actually stopped it right now, and I'm screen sharing it for the guys as well too. And I'm at 1 hour 45 seconds and 56. I'm sorry, 45 minutes and 56 seconds. The arm is elongated as well too.
Yeah.
So the impact may have actually torn it from its socket.
Sounds
tasty.
delicious.
Oh yeah. But as I said in previous episodes, this is one of my biggest fears of getting spaced and dying in the cold vacuum of space to fall down as a pretty much human satellite.
Yum.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's just something I noticed like at the 56-second mark. It's just teeth seem to be showing because the lips are all smushed onto the windshield. And one of the fingers seems to blow up on impact with the windshield, and it's kind of cool. Like we've gone over before, it's kind of cool when they add on these extra little things for the movie.
Yeah.
With that, anybody else have anything else to add?
I do like the 3 other dudes just hanging out in space as Carmen goes on her merry way at 59 seconds.
Yeah. It is kind of sad.
Yeah, I mean, of course it is, but I mean, they died for not a very good cause.
Yeah, we don't know the cause. That's part
Bugs.
From what we surmise in one of the other episodes is the worker bugs actually digest the humans to create food for the colony. So it may have started things, or it may have been a, kind of that they're invading us. Oh, guess what? We can make food out of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say because have you guys talked about the Futurama episode "War is the H Word"?
Yeah, no, we haven't actually. Oh, we've briefed on a couple of the jokes they have.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I guess spoiler alert for a TV show that's that episode's almost 15, 20 odd years old now, but it was sort of a take on Starship Troopers, and at the end, it's revealed that the humans were the invading aliens all along. And,
Yeah.
This movie has left it intentionally unanswered. Who the quote unquote bad guys here actually were, but
yeah.
So
it's never actually answered from what we figured out. Like who invaded who, why is
who invaded who, what are they fighting for?
Yeah, nobody knows what they're fighting for. They're just seem to be just fighting each other.
Deep.
Well, I mean, we do. So it is definitely the troopers the Federation that is encroaching onto the bugs' territory. They've been expanding, making colonies and whatnot. We learned earlier in the movie that a extreme group of Mormons decided that they were going to colonize in the Iraqi quarantine zone and got completely and totally messed up because of it.
Yeah, but I don't think that's what started it, because they knew it was quarantined for a certain reason, and they said it's not safe because of the bugs, and then they went there anyways because they're looking for one of their prophets, and they just happened to die.
2 by 2, they're marching door to door because God wants Mormons, and God loves Mormons, and He wants some more. I don't know. Got to be.
Yeah,
done.
I mean, they gotta convert the bugs. The bugs get their own planet too.
I guess.
Each one of them gets their own planet, even though they're in like the 100th and 1000th and 10,000th generation. But it does seem like, especially not in the book, but in the movie, it does seem like humanity is the one that's encroaching on their territory, and they don't like it very much. But then again, I mean, the bugs do seem like a very... We've talked about the physiology of the bugs themselves, the warrior caste and everything. They seem like they are made for war. No other, reason other than for war. And I'm thinking that they have kind of a militaristic kind of ideology as well too, be that it's pretty much a colony, we fight for the queen, we fight for the brains kind of ideology, but they may be colonizing and conquering other planets as well.
Or maybe did either of you guys read the Animorphs series when you were growing up? Or did you guys miss those?
No.
I slightly did, yes.
Okay, so there was an alien species in there called the Hork-Bajir. who were big, scary, monstrous looking, gigantic, like 7 feet tall, big, strong, had like spikes on them. But they were completely peaceful. They were herbivores. But the Yeerks found them and basically said, "Ooh, look, shock troops. We can put these to our use." I'm wondering if maybe the Federation saw these bugs, who, yes, are very powerful, but were just chilling, doing their thing, and basically said, "Ooh, we can weaponize these guys." But the bugs decided to fight back instead of just going along with being weaponized.
The whole entire Weyland-Yutani xenomorph idea. Well,
yeah,
we can weaponize these things.
Yeah, we can weaponize this. We can control and weaponize it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I would actually love to see a prequel of Starship Troopers where Burke from the corporation tries to get a bug, a warrior case bug onto a ship through, someone, and tries to make a weapon out of it, and then it all goes horribly wrong.
Mm. Yeah.
Isn't that kind of similar to Jurassic Park? They're trying to get...
Let's not talk about the Jurassic World, because that's kind of a weird thing.
Yeah. Okay.
That's similar to what Vincent D'Onofrio is trying to do in Jurassic World. It's maybe not similar to what the entirety of the plot of there, but that's similar to his motivations.
Yeah. And that movie is just kind of, it's good, but I don't know. I've kind of cooled down on Jurassic World recently.
Mm. I saw it once and I was like, "Oh, that was good," but I don't feel the need to rewatch it the way that I would Jurassic Park. So,
and I'm kind of the same way with it as well too. But I absolutely, it was that way with me with Jurassic Park 3, but not 2. I absolutely love the Lost World.
Oh, 3, that movie.
They have talking raptors in a dream sequence. It is the best.
Oh. Matt, sometimes you favor the weirdest things.
Oh yeah, of course I do. It's like liking the bad guys. You gotta like the weird stuff too sometimes, man.
I guess. Sometimes there's a purpose for heels, but I don't know about all of them.
I'm going for the weird heels.
Yep.
You guys are being too smarky. You're supposed to boo the heels, damn it.
I'm not getting worked. Did I work myself?
Yeah, that's what happens when you work yourself into a shoot, brother.
Yep. Yeah, that's right.
WrestleMania is going to be soon. All right.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Yep. Okay, so let's get some plugs out of the way, guys.
All right. If you like more of my stupidity, you can check me out on Galaxy Quest Minute. We're doing the same thing as this with the 99 sci-fi classic Galaxy Quest. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, all the same old podcatchers, Twitter, Facebook, etc., all the usual places. Check us out there.
And I know it's been stated before, but God, that movie's so good. I love Galaxy Quest. You can always just put that on and just enjoy it in the background. You just can't go wrong with it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it on our minutes either, but I'm pretty sure it's been said so many times. It is the continuation of the good bad cycle of Star Trek movies.
Yeah, it's been mentioned at least once or twice.
Yeah, I remember when the first Star Trek came out, and I did a podcast with Geektastic.com. I'm not sure if they're around anymore, but we were talking about Galaxy Quest as it being the best successor to Star Trek after the original run of Star Trek. Because you can draw...
I guess the best successor to the original series, I suppose.
Yeah,
right?
So it wasn't quite Star Trek, but it was just a good homage to what Star Trek was.
Because I think everything... Because Roddenberry's vision in the original Star Trek was sort of a technological utopia. Technology has kind of fixed our problems. We don't want for money. We don't want for possessions. We don't want for food. The planet is at peace. And then all of the subsequent Star Trek series serve to kind of deconstruct that. The Next Generation introduced the Borg, who are a technological villain by their very nature, and and the entire conflict of Voyager is driven by the technology that has marooned them in the Delta Quadrant.
I do gotta say though, I mean, even though I do love Next Generation, the first 2 seasons
are
there's
rough.
Problems. Yeah, I mean, you got the the whole entire African American planet that runs on a patriarchal society. I mean, and yeah, I'm pretty sure Roddenberry was like, "No, this is okay. Let's do this."
Yeah, I mean, the Next Generation took a while to find its footing. Most TV shows do. A lot of TV shows do, I should say.
And I mean, that's thanks to Ronald Moore as well too. I mean, he did really great with that series. But even still, I totally get it. But I think it's also that Roddenberry had like different ideals and different ideas for a different time. And once you got to the mid 90s, mid 80s, things had to change.
Yeah, the 80s, 90s are a little more cynical.
Yeah, exactly. Though I do like that episode where everyone gets drunk. That's a good episode.
Which episode? The one of the original series or the Next Generation, which was exactly the same as the original series?
Both, because exactly, they're both the same. Except you don't have stupid Wesley Crusher saying, "That's like I'm drunk."
Yeah. Oh, goodness. I that episode's a little rough. The Next Generation one's a little rough to watch just because some of the Tasha Yar stuff going on there is like, oh, this is a little gross and unconsenty, but...
Hey guys, rape gangs, check it out.
Yeah.
No. Guys, rape gangs. I don't like my planet.
Yeah.
I get it, Tasha. I mean, that's why you're here.
Yeah. But yeah, Galaxy Quest Minute, check it out.
Man, I love our tangents.
Oh, God. We have too many of them. All right. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JDASHD26. You can also find me on Twitter at OMG It's Johann. There's a good chance I'm probably going to be streaming Far Cry 5 because I've beat the main storyline of Monster Hunter World. For those of you that managed to watch me while I was doing it, it was quite fun.
Hey guys, and you can follow me at AltTabMatt pretty much anywhere on the internet, from Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, or anything like that. See pictures of my son playing with his new Tonka truck. He absolutely loves it. And I'll also be on Twitch later on doing stupid quest for Elite Dangerous, because that game's fun as hell.
You can follow us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and Podcast Addict. Please like and subscribe. Visit our website at theroughneckminute.podbean.com for show notes and back episodes. Follow us on Twitter at roughneckmin, M-I-N. If you'd like to continue the conversation on our Facebook group, the Roughneck Minute Billet, B-I-L-L-E-T, you don't necessarily have to continue the conversation. You can post a tangent of your own. I've been your host, Johann.
I've been your host, Matthew.
And I've been your guest, Alex.
And we'll see you on the Bounce Troopers.